Imagine you're at a large casino. Everywhere you look, there's the clink of coins, the whir of slot machines, the flick of cards, and the hopeful buzz of gamblers placing their bets on outcomes they can't predict. But in one corner, there's a different game being played, not against the odds, but with them. This is the game of stochasticity. What our shrewd player knows is that unpredictability isn't a hazard to be treated with trepidation, but a resource to be mathematically studied and used. But the art of harnessing randomness needn't be an arcane practice reserved for the esoteric few. This is a fundamental principle that touches all our lives, and nature herself has been exploiting it for billions of years. Take evolution, for example. Evolution can be described as a sort of phase transition from disorder to order, where the raw chaos of genetic mutations and environmental pressures gradually coalesce into the intricate and organized complexity of life. Initially, random genetic variations create a tumultuous pool of possibilities, much like the unpredictable motion of molecules in a liquid state. Over time, through the process of natural selection, beneficial traits are preserved and propagated, leading to increasingly sophisticated biological structures and functions. This emergence of structured, well-adapted organisms from the chaotic backdrop of random mutations and natural challenges mirrors the transformation of a tumultuous and disordered phase into an ordered one, highlighting evolution as a dynamic process where life's complexity and order arise from the fundamental interplay of randomness and selection. Looking at phase transitions is a bit like peeling back layers on the cat and mouse game between order and disorder in complex systems, bringing to light how seemingly opposite forces can team up to birth new states and actions. And by diving into this world, we can get a profound insight into how nature operates at all levels. Intriguingly, as we delve deeper into these phase transitions, we begin to see symmetry not as a rigid objective property, but as a fluid and subjective concept. The symmetry between order and disorder isn't fixed or absolute. Rather, it shifts and morphs depending on the observer's perspective, the scale of observation, and the temporal context. What appears as disorder at one level may reveal intricate patterns of order when viewed from a different angle or scale. This fluidity challenges our traditional understanding of symmetry and encourages us to view it as an emergent, context-driven phenomenon that adapts to the ever-changing landscape of complex systems. Take quarks, for example. These basic constituents of matter exhibit phase transitions in the realm of quantum chromodynamics. One of the most intriguing phase transitions involving quarks is the transition between the quark-gluon plasma and hadronic matter. At extremely high temperatures and densities, such as those present in the early universe, microseconds after the Big Bang, quarks and gluons exist in a free state, known as the quark-gluon plasma. As the universe cooled, a phase transition occurred, leading to the confinement of quarks within protons and neutrons, forming hadronic matter. This transition from a disordered state of free quarks and gluons into an ordered state of confined quarks within hadrons underscores the dynamic interplay between order and disorder on a subatomic level. And in the grand scale of the cosmos, phase transitions play a crucial role in shaping our universe. One significant example is the phase transition that occurred during cosmic inflation, a rapid expansion of the universe that happened fractions of a second after the Big Bang. During inflation, quantum fluctuations were stretched to macroscopic scales, leading to the formation of the large-scale structure of the universe, such as galaxies and clusters of galaxies. Another notable phase transition is the condensation of hydrogen atoms from hot ionized plasma to form the first atoms, a process known as recombination. This transition marked the decoupling of matter and radiation, allowing the universe to become transparent to light and giving rise to the cosmic microwave background radiation. These transitions highlight how phase changes in the cosmos have transformed the universe from a chaotic high-energy state to the structured observable universe we see today. Now, consider how we might weave this approach into the fabric of daily life. Financial markets exhibit phase transitions where the behavior of individual traders and investors can collectively shift from a disordered state to an ordered state. So, during a financial bubble, individual decisions to buy stocks based on diverse and often independent strategies can lead to a disordered state. But as more investors follow the trend and the market sentiment becomes overwhelmingly optimistic, a phase transition generally occurs, leading to a highly ordered state, characterized by rapidly increasing asset prices and collective market behavior. On the other hand, during a market crash, the disordered state of varied trading actions can transition into a panic-driven sell-off, where a unified, ordered behavior of selling dominates the market. By understanding this process and recognizing its patterns, we can prepare for the impacts of sudden changes. Studying this symmetry gives us the ability to predict these transitions and harness their potential. But the dynamic symmetry between order and disorder finds expression across various fields and disciplines. In the workplace, for example, team dynamics can start in a disordered state with diverse individual approaches and lack of clear direction. Through effective leadership and communication, a phase transition can occur where the team becomes cohesive, working towards common goals with synchronized efforts. Understanding these dynamics helps managers foster better team cohesion and productivity. Or we have consumer behavior in markets. Consumer preferences often start scattered with a variety of tastes and choices. When a particular product or brand gains popularity, a phase transition can occur, leading to a more homogeneous market behavior where large groups of consumers converge on similar purchasing decisions. Businesses can leverage this knowledge to better predict market trends and tailor their marketing strategies to capitalize on emerging consumer preferences. And the same principle holds true with political elections. Political movements often begin with scattered support and diverse agendas. As momentum builds, a phase transition can occur, leading to a more unified and powerful movement that can significantly influence elections and policy decisions. Political strategists and campaigners can use this understanding to better organize and mobilize support, creating more effective campaigns. Now, some of this is just common sense, but it's nonetheless significant for that. The dynamic interplay between order and disorder is central to the design of the universe, from evolutionary processes to the formation of galaxies. In complex systems such as financial markets and nationwide elections, there are countless other symmetries at play as well, circles within circles, obfuscating the simplicity of the overall pattern. But many of these symmetries are easily identified and observed. For example, Hegel's dialectical process exhibits micro-unpredictability, giving rise to smooth and predictable macro patterns of thesis followed by antithesis. This has found clear expression in political developments as varied and diverse as the French Revolution and the White Lash, which followed on from the Obama administration. Recognizing the influence of these patterns that lie just beneath the surface of human society equips us with powerful predictive tools that are scarcely even acknowledged at present, but which can be effectively used to anticipate and manage changes in all of these fields. Symmetry is everywhere, from quarks to the cosmos and from financial markets to roulette tables. And knowledge of how the opposites within these symmetries engage with one another should really be a fundamental tool in our study of life. Now, I'll end with one final example of phase transitions: urban traffic flow. Traffic flow on highways can transition from a disordered state of individual vehicles moving independently to an ordered state of synchronized flow. But here's the thing. By examining traffic flow dynamics, we can draw intriguing parallels to the frameworks used in quantum mechanics and general relativity. And that's what we'll be looking at in my next podcast.